Hello everyone, welcome to the Curious Technoid. In the previous session, we looked at how we can create a SSH key pair to connect to a remote server securely. If you have not watched the video yet, I suggest you go and have a look. I will add the link to the video in the description below. Today we will look at SSH tunneling, also known as SSH port forwarding. SSH tunneling is very useful to connect to a remote server when the firewall ports are not open. The only prerequisite that you need to have SSH access to that server. SSH tunneling creates an encrypted channel from your local desktop to the remote server, and vice versa. This is very handy when you're doing a development or troubleshooting. There are three different types of SSH tunneling: local port forwarding, remote port forwarding, and dynamic port forwarding. Today we will look at local port forwarding, which is one of the most useful and widely used. First, let's look at the syntax. This is the syntax used to create a SSH tunnel. More information on this syntax can be found in my blog. I'll put the link to my blog in the description below. Let's directly get to the interesting bit of seeing how SSH tunneling works. In today's use case, we will be connecting to a database installed in a remote server. We have access to the remote server through SSH, but we do not have access to the database port. The database that is installed is the MariaDB database, and the default port of MariaDB is 3306. We will create an SSH tunnel to access this database. Let's see how that works. First and foremost, we will create the SSH tunnel using this command. SSH minus an option will restrict the user from entering any other commands. It's always preferred to use it while doing port forwarding. Then we will say we are doing a local port forwarding. We will mention the local port number that we will use to connect to the database. So I will use 2000. Database is running in the local host in the remote server. So we'll mention the localhost IP address, which is basically 127.0.0.1, and the database port number, which is 3306. After this, we enter the SSH username of the remote server. In our case, it's demo. We give the IP address of the remote server. In my case, it is 161.35.77.93. Then we use our private key, which is already installed, to connect to it. If you want to know more about connecting to your server using private key, check my other video. You will find the link to it on the screen. Hit enter. As long as you don't see any error, that means your SSH tunnel is created and you've established a secure connection between your local PC and your remote server. Now open your favorite database client. I use SQL Pro in my Mac. We give a name to the connection. The host will be 127.0.0.1, which is the local host. We'll give database username and password. Database is optional. You can always select it once you log in. And in port, we will give the local port number we gave. And you hit connect. There you are. You're connected to the remote database without even opening the firewall for the database ports. Now see what happens if I kill the SSH tunnel. If I try to change the database, it will throw an error saying that the connection is lost because there is no port forwarding available. That's it for this video. I hope you find practical and useful benefit out of SSH tunneling. It sure has helped me in a lot of scenarios. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions regarding SSH tunneling, please feel free to ask in the comment section below. And do check my blog for all the commands that I used in this video. You will find the link to it in the description below. Good day.